Yeah. Okay, so tonight we're gonna try and make the tire that I tried to make the last
Well, I gotta get
video.
a hatchet.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, you get a hatchet, then we're gonna make the fire tire. Alright. Alright, so actually, we're gonna be making the tire today instead of last night. So I got the grass I'm gonna be making rope out of. And back here, because we can finally see, because it's not pitch dark, I got a paint can that I actually have to dump out now. But this is gonna be the thing that I sort of the charcoal container where all the wood goes inside of. This is like just some wood for the fire. There's a paint can cover. But yeah, we're gonna be making the tire today. Alright, so now I gotta clean the paint out of the can. Alright, so paint isn't flammable, so I'm not too worried. All this around is like pretty much dry, and the bottom's just gonna dry out a bit. So the next step is to puncture a hole in the bottom so that the tire can, like, you know, drip out. That's kind of weird. If you look, it made like the whole thing. I know it's not for metal, but it made a triangle. Sort of weird. Alright, so here's the challenge for this sort of thing, is that I don't really have anywhere to put a hole in the ground and dig a hole and put the collecting can underneath it. So I'm sort of having to use something like this. It's going to pretty much be like this. And so originally I was going to use like a tin can, like for beans or something. But that's pretty high up. So I was thinking, instead of using that, I'm going to use an old ketchup can thing. Use that instead because it's wider. So I'm going to have to cut it. And make it so that it can be put underneath the paint can. But the problem with that is that it needs to be a pretty flat surface, because if it's like a big hole and like it's cut uneven, there'll be big spaces that air can just go into, and I'm afraid it'll I don't know, ruin the process or something. So I'm gonna have to cut it real exact. Alright, the grass is dry and I just had to fight a beetle. And he jump scared me. But yeah, the grass is dry and I'm gonna start making the rope now. Alright, so here is the rope. I haven't cut off the little extra bits here and stuff yet, but that's the sort of the length of the rope. So I unfurl it here. It's like that long. It's an all right length, but yeah, that's what we're gonna be tiring. Alright, so right now we're gonna cut the ketchup thing. And I don't have an angle grinder, so I'm doing it with a hacksaw. So, yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Lucille, quand tu t'approches de moi, la chaleur de ton cœur me fait sécher les dents et je me mets du
Lipsil, quand tu regardes vers moi, l'éclat de ta beauté me donne de l'eczéma et je m'étends tout.
plein d'huile quand tu t'approches de moi. Que se passe-t-il, Lucille? Que se passe-t-il?
Alright, so the can, so this part, the tire collector, and then like the chamber for the wood, this is actually just like by fluke, but it fits, it slides around a bit, but it fits like really nice. And it's not, the paint can isn't much higher up off of than it would be if it was just by itself, so that's good. It's a lot better than tin can, which would be like this. So, yeah, I think I'm ready to, I gotta build the fire now and stuff this thing full of wood and then put it on the top, and then I think it's ready. Alright, so it's the next morning, and we're splitting wood with a hatchet, and we're gonna make the fire. We got the paint can, and we had to make sure that the burrs, actually, because I drilled it in from the side, so I just took some needle nose pliers and I bent them out to make sure the burrs are pointing out this way, because we want the tire to go through the hole real smooth. And then this is what we're going to be making the fire in. It rained last night, so everything's wet. We got a little petrol, and then we also got the rope, which we're going to be tiring. So we're going to be tiring it on top of this piece of wood. And I'm thinking it's going to take a couple of, I don't know, cooks to tire the whole rope. But it might even take 3, I'm not sure. But this is some wood we got. Yeah. Alright, so we have a whole crap load of sand, so I just built a little sand pit thing, just so that the tire collector is under the fire instead of being like right in. And I don't know if that does anything, but I don't know, I was afraid maybe the tire gets too hot and it does something, I'm not sure. But yeah, we just built a little sand pit. Alright, so now we have to put all this, like, we used birch wood because that's what the internet said to use. And most of it's pungy, but it's also sort of wet because it rained last night. But we gotta stuff all that out as much as we can into this can. Yeah. Are you recording?
Yeah, for the added incentive.
You'll get the lighter.
Got it on?
Is the view good? I can smell all the way over here. Is the view good?
Birch bark's not burning very well.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
It's burning now, baby.
Well, is it recording? We got the fire going at least. So you know we're gonna have to probably do this a couple more times, right? Alright, so we're gonna let the fire burn down, and then we're going to once we stop seeing smoke completely, then I think that's when we know it's ready, and then we'll take the paint can off and check the tire. It's sand, Archie?
I know. The wall's coming down all the way to hell.
We'll just spread it out, buddy. We'll just spread it out. We'll just stop it.
I'm moving it over to the open spot.
Yeah, but you were tipping it.
Don't get all the coals on the ground.
Why'd you? Stop.
It's stuck to the bottom.
Stop. You just put sand in there, guaranteed.
I did not.
Either way, okay, let me just spread it out just a little bit. Okay, I don't want you to
Okay,
touch this
chill.
anymore.
Chill.
Alright. I guess, are you recording? Oh, we got some tire.
Really?
Yeah. Guess we'll put this here. Not a whole lot.
It's enough.
I think it got cooked away.
Weird.
See, it's black. That was gold before. That was gold.
Huh?
So I don't know.
You man.
Oh, you can burn yourself. That's probably hot as hell.
Yeah. So if you look, there's a little bit of tire there dripping.
It smells so bad.
See, I think it takes a long time.
I put my finger on that hot rock.
Take a stick. All the sides started peeling off.
Ouch.
See, like there is some like liquid tire there.
Yeah? Well, it must have started. Nice.
Finger on it through the camera. So that should light. And then some tire, I guess. So now we gotta check. Oh, see, look, there's smoke coming out from under it. Like, are you still recording?
Well, no, it's on the wall.
Alright, well, we we gotta check inside of the
How? It's smoking hot. I think you're gonna have to put it back on because you didn't get very much tar.
But wait, we gotta check inside. We gotta know, cause
Huh?
I
We got it already beaten down, and once you open it, you won't get it.
yeah, we'll be close. That's how you do it all the time, isn't it?
Well, not after it's burnt the rats.
Well,
We should put it back in because I don't think it.
I gotta know if it's all burn or not. How do we get this open?
Flip it over.
We need a screwdriver.
Just flip it upside down.
Stop. Here, we're gonna have to get a screwdriver. We're gonna see what's inside. Ooh.
It's a burnt paint.
Alright, so there's some burnt paint. It looks like charcoal. Okay, wait, we gotta get this burnt. Let me get the ply. No.
Oh yeah. Had to have that cleaned out good. Oh, here's a good turn. Look, it's charcoal. What?
Looks like Takis.
That should be charcoal. Here,
It is.
let's break it. Yeah, it's charcoal.
Oh, holy shnikes. That's all the tar that came. Well, you're never gonna get enough. Ever. You'd have to have.
Maybe I used the wrong wood or something. Here, I gotta get all this crap paint out. Here, look, we'll dump it out.
What should we call it? That's how you make charcoal?
Alright,
You can use that for,
gunpowder. After the autopsy, we can see that most of the wood wasn't properly charcoaled. So the problem was that we didn't have it in there long enough. And even like this, it looks like, oh yeah, charcoal, but it didn't fully do.
It smells like Claude Chalut.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna have to do is try again, but let it cook longer. But the charcoal's pretty cool though. It's so powdery. Alright.
Evan, you're never gonna get enough tar to do it.
Yes,
Don't spray that on me.
Here, maybe towards the center is better too. There's like a bunch of bugs living in there. What if they ate up all the resin or something? What's that, ants? Yeah.
This axe is shite. Look how flimsy it is.
Are you recording, Logie? Alright, so what we want for the second batch of tar, yeah, we want, instead of using birchwood,
Look at this axe handle.
instead of using birchwood,
It's flimsy.
instead of using birchwood, we want, pine wood, I guess, and to make more tar, you want more resin in your wood. So, we're trying to find the most resiny, stump that we can find. Because a tree, when it's dying, it'll send down, it'll send resin down to the roots. So, hopefully this is resiny enough. Glad you don't put that. Look at all, take video all those ants, Lodgy. Video all the ants.
Ow! Ant bites, ant bites, ant bites. Ow, ow, ow.
Video all the ants, Lodgy.
Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow.
Video all the ants.
The ants are biting me. I got bit by like 50 ants. All over my hand. Little frigger. What? No, friggin' they're biting me like.
There's a million of them. There's like actually.
It says on here Facebook someone had food poisoning from eating Takis.
No, I want this view.
No, Evan, stop.
So you can see Dad, and we already got the view. We
Wait.
already got the close-up
Wait,
view.
no, but Evan,
No,
this is a
trust
better
me.
one.
We already got the close-up view.
Evan, no, stop.
We already
Evan, stop.
had
Evan, you,
the
Evan.
close-up
Evan,
view.
Evan,
We
Evan.
already. Ow!
Oh, leave glasses, Evan.
Evan,
Get
give
ready.
it. Oh? Yeah.
Don't step on your glasses.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Wait.
there they are over here.
Crappy view.
It's a good view.
Evan, that
take
was a
two.
horrible view.
Alright, so this is test number 2 to see if we got any tar from the new type of wood. Oh my god. No.
Couple drops, maybe. No. Maybe it's not terrified. Well, Yvonne, you have to check inside the can and see if